Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Wowhead's Downtime Tuesday. My name is Panzer, and today I'm going to be talking about the happenings of the past week in the world of Warcraft. I hope that you enjoy this video, and if you do, remember to rate it thumbs up. So if you're wondering where the heck my Legion class series videos are, I would like to present to you the following excuses. Thursday was Thanksgiving. Friday and Saturday I had company stay at my house because I have like 2 friends. Also on Friday, the power supply for my computer completely died and I didn't have access to a computer until Sunday. And I'm lazy. Moving on, World of Warcraft is on sale now for 75% off through January 8th. I think it's January 8th. Right now you can get the World of Warcraft digital battle chest, which includes all the expansions up to Warlords of Draenor for $4.99, and you can get the digital version of Warlords of Draenor for $12.49. This would be a pretty good holiday present for a friend or family member who is into video games, and if you do gift this to a friend or family member or yourself, treat yourself. Make sure that you take advantage of the Recruit a Friend program to score yourself a sweet mount or pet in the process. Wowhead's Legion 3D model viewer is live now, so if you want to go see some of the new models that are coming in the expansion and spin them around and flip them upside down and do all sorts of sweet tricks, you can do that now. But if you are a patient or lazy person, make sure to check out Wowhead's YouTube channel because I'll be uploading all of these videos showing off a bunch of the new and updated models coming in Legion. A few of my favorites so far are as follows. In addition to new and updated models, Wowhead also got a sneak peek at some animations that are coming in Legion. My favorite being that monks now have a different staff animation from everybody else. When they're not using their staff, instead of resting it on their back like all the other characters in World of Warcraft, they're going to hold it on their shoulder like a hobo stick. Check it out. While we're on the topic of models and weapons, Wowhead also now has 3D models of many of Legion's artifact weapons, which is very exciting. And if you are, again, patient or lazy, Wowhead's trusty 3D model viewer sorcerer type guy is going to be uploading videos to the Wowhead YouTube channel showing off all of the class artifacts and all the variants and all that kind of stuff. There's already a couple that are up and available now, so check it out. How many times am I going to say check it out this video? I think I already said it like 4 times. Maybe I can hit 10. We can only hope. Anyways, I think it's pretty obvious that the coolest artifacts are for druids because bear druids and cat druids actually turn into their artifact. They get like artifact forms and they're pretty freaking sweet. Check it out. changing up the narrative a little bit. I'm not sure if I talked about this in another video, but in Legion, gnomes can be hunters. That's like a thing because, you know, gnomes and hunters aren't obnoxious enough on their own. They need to be merged into one giant annoyance. I'm sorry, hunters, but I'm not sorry, gnomes, for saying that. Anyways, what is cool about gnome hunters is that coming with these little guys are an entirely new class of hunter pet, mechanical. In fact, gnome hunters will start out with a new pet called the giant mechanical rabbit. Goblins and gnomes will be the only races that can tame mecha pets initially, but never fear, taller hunters. You can have your own robot friend too. By obtaining an item that is made by engineers, all hunters can tame mecha pets, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Apparently, you're going to have to use your hunter abilities in unusual and creative ways in order to essentially solve a puzzle in order to tame the animal. And honestly, I feel like some mecha pets are going to be harmed in the process because goblins, gnomes, and engineers is an absolute recipe for disaster. And last but certainly not least, this week we found out about a bunch of items that in Legion will be promoted to full-fledged toys. And I might be the only person who's actually excited about this, but for the love of Gaul, it is my video, so I'm going to talk about it. Some of my favorite items being upgraded to full-fledged toys in Legion include the Rainbow Generator, the Looterang, and Don Carlos' famous hat. Being totally honest though, I was surprised seeing the list of things that were being upgraded to toys, not including a bunch of other items that are just still going to be items. Like, I know there's a bunch of items that allow you to summon something to fight beside you, and I don't understand why they couldn't just, for vanity reasons, remove the fight beside you part so they can be toys so you can summon all sorts of cool things, but first world problems, first World of Warcraft problems, if you will. And that brings me to today's question. I would love to know what your biggest first World of Warcraft problem is. And I know this is a silly question, but I'd love to know. I'm not talking about class balance or lack of content or any legitimate gripes. I'm talking about like silly things involving transmog and pets and toys and stuff like that. So let me know in the comment section below, what is your biggest first World of Warcraft problem? Let me know. And while you think about your answer, check out our answers to last week's question. And that's it for this week's Downtime Tuesday, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you thumb up and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment below with your first World of Warcraft problem that just grinds your gears the most. And I'm gonna go. As always, all of the things I talked about today are linked in the info below. And be sure to check back next Tuesday and every Tuesday for future episodes of Downtime Tuesday, because Tuesday, and to save your comments in our featured section, I'm gonna go for the third time. I love you all. You're in my hearts. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. 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 So I know the video's over, but I did want to mention this because when I told the internet that my power supply died, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about that. So just to set the record straight, if anybody cares, the reason my power supply died is not the fault of my computer or the people who built my computer. I had inadequate voltage coming from the wall socket in my house for an extended period of time, which doesn't surprise me because when I moved into this house, all of the outlets in this room, except for one, were covered. They were still hooked up and they were still there, but they were and of course, being me, I just uncovered them and was like, well, I'll use these. And there's probably a reason they were covered. So I called an electrician. He's going to come here. He's going to check out all the sockets in this room. And he is going to check out the breaker in the basement, whatever you call that thing, the panel in the basement, to make sure everything's okay. And then he's also going to be installing a proprietary line for my computer. So it'll be an outlet specifically for my computer and nothing else will be plugged into it. Well, it'll be like a surge protector and then my computer, but you get it. It won't be like a million things plugged into it. It'll just be my computer and it'll have its own circuit breaker switch. You get it. You get what I'm trying to say. So that's what's going on. TLDR is I have to pay an electrician $7 billion and I'll be living off ramen for the next month. But in the meantime, tomorrow, well, technically the day after tomorrow, today is 10 o'clock at night, but on Wednesday, I ordered a battery backup power thing that also regulates the amount of electricity. I don't know how these things worked. work. I bought a thing. It's gonna be here, and it'll tide me over until the electrician can get here. Not that it really matters, because it would have to be an extended period of time. It's not like a couple of days. Obviously, the computer was fine for 3 or 4 months before it died. But yeah, so I'm taking care of it. Thank you for your concern.